This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
And the Oscar goes to Forest Whitaker in The Last King of Scotland.
Forest Whitaker's road to the Oscars began when he earned a scholarship as an operatic tenor.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a second. Okay, take it. Okay. I wrote something down because if I thought if it would happen, I'd be a little overwhelmed, and I am. So, okay. When I was a kid, the only way that I saw movies was from the backseat of my family's car to drive in. And it wasn't my reality to think I would be acting in movies. So receiving this honor tonight tells me that it's possible. It is possible for a kid from East Texas, raised in South Central LA and Carson, who believes in his dreams, commits himself to them with his heart, to touch them and to have them happen. Because when I first started acting, it was because of my desire to connect to everyone, to that thing inside each of us, that light that I believe exists in all of us. Because acting for me is about believing in that connection, and it's a connection so strong, it's a connection so deep that we feel it, and through our combined belief, we can create a new reality. And so I want to thank my fellow believers in The Last King of Scotland. I want to thank Peter, Jeremy, Andrea, Lisa, Charles, Kevin, James McAvoy, Carrie, Stephen, Fox, DNA, Channel 4. I want to thank the people of Uganda who helped this film have its spirit. And finally, I want to thank my mom and my dad. I want to thank my wife, Keisha, my children, my ancestors who continue to guide my steps, and God who believes in us all, and who's given me this moment in this lifetime that I will hopefully carry to the end of my lifetime into the next lifetime. Thank you.
So are you recording again?
Yeah, I am. It's time to talk about your boy, Forest Whitaker.
As people like to call him, NyQuil and DayQuil.
Is it because of his eye twitch?
Yes.
Wow.
And that eye thing is actually genetic. And he was asked about that in an interview. He was like, would you ever get it fixed? And he's like, no, it's me. It's who I am. And I'm like, that's a good fucking answer.
Yeah, it's called Mind Your Fucking Business, guys. So, again, award-winning actor, producer, director, activist. You've seen him in various hit movies like Platoon, Stakeout, Downtown, Johnny Handsome, Bloodsport, Species, Smoke.
Oh, yes.
Four Dogs Playing Poker. Yeah, Panic Room. You've seen him in The Last King of Scotland, which won all the awards, gave him the best actor.
That was good. I love that. I remember when that came out. I was like,
Yep.
I need to see this because this is Forest Whitaker. He's never bad.
He's never bad. He's never fucking bad.
And he was in my favorite God tier film ever, Battlefield Earth.
And he is not joking, guys.
I love that movie.
It's
Like,
a
this
fun, trashy sci-fi.
motherfucker, he likes that film.
He said he did
really?
it because like he and Travolta were interpreting the dialogue as very Tarantino-ish, like Pulp Fiction. He's been in other stuff like The Experiment, Vantage Point, Repo Man.
The Experiment is underrated. You really
It's
should watch that.
I love it.
Hmm.
In fact, I'm going to mention plenty of deep cuts. So many other ones. A Dark Truth, Freelancers. He played Sam Guerrera on both Andor and Rogue One. He was in
And
Arrival.
Rebels TV series.
Yes, that was the voice.
Yep.
Arrival, Southpaw.
Oh yeah, Arrival. That movie made me cry. That was so beautiful.
That piano in the final shot, great. Like Nativity, Out of the Furnace, The Butler, Pawn. Yep. He has recently been in Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. I am not making that up.
I ain't watching that shit. I love you, Fars, but no.
That sounds like a prank call. Black Panther, and you've seen him recently in Big George Foreman. Well,
I never watched that.
Most of us wish we could, because I don't see that playing anywhere around here. But it's apparently a good movie.
That's on DVD now.
Also, there you go. It's supposedly a good movie. It's going to appear in a Christian movie where he, Kenneth Branagh, Uma Thurman, Oscar Isaac, Pierce Brosnan, Mark Hamill, and Ben Kingsley do voices, and it's a Christian film based on the life of our Lord. In South Korea. So he's done a bunch of different voiceovers. He's done a bunch of theater. You've seen him produce and direct movies like Strapped for HBO, Waiting to Exhale.
He was also in Dragon Hunters 2009.
The animated movie, yes. I always meant to see it.
That's good. I like it.
He has produced other stuff like Fruitvale Station and Dope, which he also narrated. He has guest starred on shows like Trapper John MD, Hill Street Blues, Different Strokes. He has been in TV movies like HBO's Criminal Justice, Last Light, where he plays a prison guard, Lush Life with Jeff Goldblum, the HBO film The Enemy Within, which is a John Frankenheimer remake, Witness Protection, Feast of All Saints, Deacons for Defense, which is a great Showtime movie. He had his own Criminal Minds spinoff called Suspect Behavior, which...
Come on, spit it out.
Sound like the Tasmanian Devil over here. It was really fucking good, and it should have lasted longer because he was smart AF. He was the narrator and host of the 2002 Twilight Zone.
Yes.
He had...
I love that thing.
It was good.
I still better rewatch it.
Well, get on it, because we're going to get to it. He had recurring roles on North and South, ER, The Shield, American Dad.
Yeah, his role in The Shield, massively god tier.
Nick Mackey is pissing on us. You know, internal affairs guy who goes even harder to where you're just like, who's worse?
He's like, I'm going to get you, Vic. I'm going to get you.
I'm gonna get you. You fuck with my wife, I'll fuck with you. He was then briefly on Empire, once again, part of the Lee Daniels train, and he is currently on Godfather of Harlem, which is in its fourth season as real-life gangster Bumpy Johnson.
Oh shit, it's on season 4 now. Nice.
Yeah, it's
I thought it was canceled after 3 because
it was one of those where I'm like, what the fuck, is it back or not? No, he has just appeared in MGM Plus's new show based on the Stephen L. Carter book of the same name called The Emperor of Ocean Park.
Yeah, that
which
too.
Deals with a law professor whose quiet life is shattered when his father dies of an apparent heart attack, and nature of the judge's death is questioned by journalists. So I have heard of it. I knew it was based off like a 2002 best-selling novel. Yeah, I wish it was an album. And I was just like, yeah, Epix has been getting really edgy lately, and now that it's merged with MGM/Amazon, it's a big deal. So I'm gonna definitely check that one out. He has been a playwright in a theater play. He has done a few other video games. He was a voice in Asgard's Wrath 2. Whatever the hell that is. He's done music videos. He, again, like, he's been in so many movies like that I forget he is in just because it's been that big of a span of a career. Like people forget he's
Word.
in Fast Times at Ridgemore High. I know he said he
Oh
didn't
yeah.
like working on that, but on the Inside the Actor Studio episode, but it was also a key experience for him. He's like, okay, how do I change it? Because regardless of what role he's in, he is always in control of what he does. Like he's
Yeah.
going to tell the director what he wants. He's been in other movies you might have forgot he was in, like Vision Quest, The Color of Money, A Rage in Harlem, Bank Robber, which is a very bizarre B movie, Diary of a Hitman, which I don't recommend at all, and Mr. Holland's Opus, where he plays the adult kid at the very end.
Huh.
Phenomenon. And
Oh, phenomenal. Oh man, there's a great 90s flick.
it's a good movie. Light It Up.
Mm, massive underrated deep cut.
Good hostage movie. See, when he does
Uh,
these hostage movies, you're just like, these are good. Like The Air I Breathe, I don't think is a good movie, but he is the best performance in the first 5 minutes. He's in an underrated horror movie called The Marsh. He was in The Body Snatchers in '93. A lot of people also forget that he's in stuff like Good Morning Vietnam, Bloodsport, Johnny Handsome. Every once in a while, I will tell someone about Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai, and they're like, I think I've seen that. I don't know if I have. I'm like, okay, so long story short, it's kind of like Leon the Professional. But if you've seen Lawrence Fishburne's character in John Wick, he's totally Ghost Dog inspired.
yeah.
He's got the pigeons on the roof and he meditates.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. I never realized that. Holy shit.
Catch 44 is another fun kind of movie where he plays a gangster impersonating a sheriff going around taking care of scamming some criminals. It's a Tarantino inspired movie. He's the best part in Taken Free.
I've never watched. I've only seen the first Taken
Long
film.
story short, he's Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive going after Liam Neeson. You gotta come in. Yeah. Southpaw, it's cool that he worked with Antoine Fuqua there. And you mentioned City of Lies.
Yeah.
There's
Was it
plenty of other
Antoine
movies.
Fisher? Yeah, he was.
That was Denzel Washington. Come on, son.
They all sound alike.
No, you did not just say that. He's in other movies I've forgotten he was in. Also, like Article 99, I saw recently when to honor Ray Liotta when he passed. Consenting Adults. You might like the hostage movies in with Pawn.
Um.
That has Mike Chiklis, Common, a bunch of other guys. But
Ooh.
yeah, Consenting Adults is really underrated look. I have never liked The Crying Game, and I know nowadays people spoof his British accent in that, but he's easily the best part of that trash fire of a movie. I am not a homophobe. I just think it's a poorly made, crafted, unengaging, dull, and critics can suck my dick. I hated that movie. Jason's lyric, he's at the very beginning, and
Yes.
alcoholic dad.
Dude, I saw that scene so many fucking times on
You
TV.
watched Uncut?
No, I thought it was the middle of the film. And then I finally rented Jason's lyric and watched it start to finish. I'm like, I have seen the beginning of this thing 15 times, at least on TV. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's what this film is called.
I've seen it.
It's like it drove me nuts because the way it opens up, it really feels like the middle of the film. It really
It's
has that middle
kind of movie, like Minister
Yeah.
Society. They go back and forth.
Yeah, because you literally flip channels around. It's like, oh, that's
do not
Forest
flip the
Whitaker.
channel while you're doing this. He's in a movie with Patrick Swayze, Green Dragon, where they play these Vietnamese
Interesting.
station soldiers who are. It's when the refugees are coming in. It just was depressing, but very well done. But it was just so funny. It's like we'd always see the blockbuster. We're like, this looks really good, but it's gonna be heavy.
Yeah, the last film Patrick Swayze ever did was Powder Blue.
And he was in that one as well. So there you go. See, so they must
He
have had
was
a
in
friendship.
Powder Blue? What?
Yeah, he produced it as well. But see, Jessica Biel, butt ass naked.
Yeah,
I actually
bought that movie because I watched it and I was like, oh, that's really good shit, and I loved it.
everyone
Yeah,
hates on it. I unironically like it. Like, it is a fun, atypical indie film with colorful underground faces, but
it's got a lot of good star talent in the shit.
people just made it out to what it wasn't. And like, it's not sleaze. Yes, there's a sleazy backdrop, but it's not a porno. It's not, guys.
No, it's really deep. And the song, oh, because I bought the song. No, I didn't buy the song. I don't buy stuff. Who the fuck am I
You
kidding?
don't boss, dude.
The song Blanket, Urban Species featuring Imogene Hep on that soundtrack for Powder
Imogene
Blue.
Hep was on the soundtrack. Oh, I
Yeah.
love her.
I didn't know. Wow.
Oh, what you say? I love her.
Yes. That song
My father had
Blanket's
her
really good.
album, and I was like, why was she never big after 05, 07? She was great. Electronic pop singer.
Knowing's half the battle. G.I. Jose, a real Mexican hero.
Oh my god. Forest Whitaker was in Our Family Wedding, and people hated the shit out of that movie. It's like, I don't think it's that bad. You don't have to like Carlos Mencia to like the movie, but come on. I mean, he is going to town as the guy saying, okay, this is how we're gonna do the wedding. That's my fucking Forest Whitaker. But yeah, you had American Ferrera, you had Regina King.
I like Regina King. I think she's underrated as hell.
I hope she makes a comeback soon, because like, she is this one of those, I'm like, the passion is in her eyes. Like, I can tell
her best role. Hold on, let me look it up before I miscast.
Is everything.
Yeah,
it's great.
Let me check. Make sure it's the right woman.
We love you, Regina King.
Yeah, okay.
Always will.
Her best role was The Leftovers on HBO. Absolute best role for her.
Interesting.
I love that show. Like, I watched it when it came out, and I was so engrossed by it. I was like, this is good shit. And then I stopped watching after season 2 because it was canceled, and then they brought it back, or it was a massive delay on it or something. And
are you a massive delay up your ass?
I know. I've had
hemorrhoids, boy.
Yeah. And when it came back, I was like, okay, I need to kick back and rewatch this. So I rewatched it and did my full review, and man, that show left me in tears. That series, that is such a good fucking series. You need to rewatch that shit, because there's a lot that you miss.
I will give it a time of day more than I gave the creators other awful show known as Lost.
What?
It's by the guys who did Lost.
Lost was all right.
Lost was garbage.
It went on. Lost had a lot of twists and turns with it, and I think that I mean, it depends. You have your detractors. You got people who like it, people who hate it, people who will casually watch it and be like, "Oh, I know some stuff." Then you have your diehard fans that will sit there and be like, "Oh, I know all the trivia."
Well, they're apologists for everything, and yet they're harder on other shows hurt by the writer's strike and everything. And I'm just like, these guys didn't have a plan. They did not have this 5-year plan.
You know, now that I think about writer strikes, we should do a podcast about the writer strikes for every time it happened and see how
every time they happen. Oh my god!
No, seriously, think about that. Like, the most recent one was last year in 2023.
So bad. You're just like,
and look at how it's had a ripple effect. Like, everything has been delayed and pushed back. One film
it happened.
Yeah. One film I was looking forward to this year was Elia from Disney. And I was like, what the fuck happened to that movie? And then I looked it up. Oh, it's delayed till next year in June 2025. And I'm like, oh.
Gotta give them. That's the thing. You
because
can't
of the strikes.
When the strike is in session,
Well, no, it was done. It was finished. It was set to come out in March. And then the strikes happened a few months later. And I'm like, that's
Fox needs to get a hold on it instead of being Disney's bitch. They need to be like, we want our department to thrive instead of, what do you think, Disney?
It's just funny, but we should do a thing on and break it down over a few episodes if it's
which
a lot
ones
of
worked, which ones were fine, which ones,
or no, just like the ripple effect of it to start, and then break down how it went.
I mean,
It's funny because if you look at how they happen and then the ripple effect of it, there might be a lot of tell in between each thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Forest.
There was a very underrated psychological drama. It was one of those people were trying to jump on the Crash or what's another Magnolia bandwagon. And,
Oh yeah,
you know,
Requiem for a Dream. That's a better example.
yeah, that same kind of deal.
Okay, the three of them are good examples.
Whitaker, all three apply. So yeah, Whitaker had his share. He was always. I think that's why we've always liked him. He would always still it, even when he was just an ensemble. And he did a movie called Fragments, also known as Winged Creatures, and it was basically about these different gamblers, waiters, and they're all traumatized by an off-screen, robbery, shooting, and he was really good as just a gambler, and he's striking up a relationship with a prostitute, and he's doing this whole, hey, don't look at me. Like, I'm not proud of what I'm doing here. And so it's a big all-star cast. Guy Pearce, Jane Triplehorn, Walton Goggins, briefly, Kate Beckinsale, Dakota Fanning.
Ooh, Kate. Man. I
And
love her, but man, she looks like a fucking doll now. What the hell?
I wasn't there when the towers fell. A movie I think you would like is a Dark Truth, where he and Eva Longoria play these freedom fighters accused of environmental terrorism. Oh, so you've seen this?
No, I was saying
you've heard of it.
No, I'm looking it up.
But yeah,
No.
Andy Garcia was this talk show host who was formerly a veteran who decides, I'm hearing all about this story. I should get involved with this.
Oh,
South
wow,
American.
that's 2 years before Eva saved John Wick. Holy fuck.
Yep. So there you go. I think Whitaker inspires actors to start being their own producer. I heard a similar story with John Krasinski. He had dinner on the set of this one sports comedy he did with George Clooney, and George Clooney comes up to him and goes, "You are going to become a director, right?" And Krasinski's like, "I've never even thought of it other than briefly tinkering with it on The Office." It's like, yeah, you want to have that be your backup plan. And I think Whitaker was already of that mindset. Get creatively involved, come up with a script. And I think people just love him just because he always wants to give the best possible results.
Him and Giancarlo Esposito are the Robert De Niro's of TV.
I'd even say of black culture in general. Like they are.
They really.
Giancarlo will give everything its being, and he's so underrated with how he can also sing and dance. And Whitaker,
shit. Wow.
I mean, he got to start on Sesame Street, dude. He's had practice, but like
he was on Sesame Street.
Yes, he was. They made
Giancarlo was on Sesame.
Giancarlo Esposito was on fucking Sesame Street.
What?
He was.
I know Robin Williams wasn't. That was funny as shit.
Oh yes, you're gonna have to turn the cameras off now.
I'm taking the bat back, Elmo. I only had 3 lines.
Oh my god, I'm surprised Whitaker hasn't. Well, other than Good Morning Vietnam, he hasn't really. He should have worked with Robin Williams more, but
yes. Oh god, they would have bounced off each other so fucking well.
What are you talking about, Robin? What are you doing?
I don't know. You told me.
I'm just making funny noises. Like without Whitaker, like Fruitvale Station doesn't happen. Tragic real life story. He saw something in Ryan Coogler's vision. He likes Michael B. Jordan as an actor, and it's like, man, it's like that movie kept running out of money, and Whitaker had to help out because he was running. I remember, I think around that same time, he was running a film festival for shorts and indies. So,
oh my god, he looks so young.
He's always interacting. He's always getting involved. If I'm I think the only time I've seen, even with some of these independent movies and other stuff, he's on fire. Like there's this movie called Even Money with Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito, and a bunch of other guys, Tim Roth, Carlo Gugino, and same deal. Like it or hate it movie, but he's on fire. I mean, he's the captain doing the negotiation on phone booth. I had no idea it was delayed due to a real life Beltway sniper attack.
A phone booth?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember watching that, and I was like,
"Oh, the DC attack." Okay.
Yeah, the DC sniper. Oh my god, that was in my
had no
area.
idea.
I remember that. Oh my god, dude, that was wild shit because
I knew other movies were delayed because I mean the
yeah, because
movie.
let me go into that. When that happened, like that scared everybody in Maryland because nobody knew where the fuck this guy was. Nobody knew if it was a guy or if it was a girl doing this shit. And it was random
It's
targets.
always a guy, just so you know.
And I remember the news were trying to piece together, and even the cops were trying to piece together what was the connection between the victims and shit.
Who are these
there,
people? Yeah.
and there was no connection at all, just random shots. And then when
that was how they offset it. It's like it has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. So they get to it was after the last victim and they caught them. And it was and then it revealed it was a black guy and this boy, and I was like, oh shit. And people were so shocked. It's the first thing someone's like, that's a white guy shit they did. And I'm like, yeah, but like it was just shocking that it was a black man doing this shit. And then USA Network did a film. Forrest was in that, and then
no, that was Charles S. Dutton.
Oh yeah, Charles Ray forever.
Dude.
Same body type, Jesus Christ.
No,
I said same body type, same body type, same body type.
Whitaker is in way better shape.
I know.
That's why I like him too. Believe it or not, he is a black belt.
Cool.
What martial arts does Forest Whitaker know?
Let me think. Last decade, the
Eskrima. Okay.
No, last decade, I want to say 2018 maybe, or 2017, the DC sniper actually was up for parole.
Oh, Christ.
Because, no, this is interesting, because I totally forgot about the dude, actually. That's how buried my memories are. And I was scrapbooking, because I collect, movies, celebrity news, life events, celebrity deaths.
Hey, everybody.
And
let's go hang out and see what.
And I saw that snippet about him, and I was like, "Wow, I forgot about that." And I saved it because I was like, "Damn, I couldn't believe I'd forgotten about the DC sniper." But yeah, that was terrifying for that time frame because I was in school still. That was 2003. I was a junior in high school when that happened.
All of us out. I mean, we already got 9/11. We already got SARS virus. We got all kinds of scares.
It was wild as hell, man.
Fuck. It was.
But yeah, DC sniper.
Jesus help us, Forrest. Save us, Forrest. Not Forrest Gump. Forrest. I want Whitaker to save us. So a movie I will recommend to you. You might have heard of this one called Body Count. Not to be confused with the metal band by Ice-T.
Good song and Cop Killer. I love jamming to that when I'm playing Destiny. Good shit, man.
All their songs are great shit. Yeah. But yeah, there was this heist movie he did. He dies in the first 5 minutes and is shown in flashbacks.
I'm not watching it now.
Okay, perfect. It has
way to ruin the movie.
Ving Rhames, Donnie Wahlberg, John Leguizamo, and David Caruso, and it's definitely another, Reservoir Dogs type movie, a $50 million art heist. It was basically shown at festivals and then went to video and TV, and I always thought it was pretty decent because the actors were just so into their unusual roles. Everyone forgets he's in Species and he doesn't die. You might have seen this one movie he did with Jeremy Irons where he's a federal agent tracking Irons' vigilante, who's like a magazine editor who goes after these IRA terrorists who killed his family in a airplane bombing. And it's fun. He had a lot of good rapport and got to do some action. He's in A Little Trip to Heaven, which is an unusual psychological thriller where he tries to save Julia Stiles from this abusive Jeremy Renner relationship.
Jeremy Renner is
always
Hawkeye's abusing Julia Stiles.
No, dare you? Don't you abuse my Julia?
I liked her in Save the Last Dance, but I laugh at the fucking rating for that film because it's PG-13 for sexual content. And
what's sexual content? I don't recall.
I know it's the scene where they're making out topless. And I'm like, that's it? Like, you don't even see anything.
You just see her back, and that's it.
Oh, my word.
Yeah,
People freaking out.
That's why it's PG-13. But that's a good fucking movie.
And yet everyone saw it.
I know.
A perfect example of the rating didn't mean anything back then.
The Fog from '79 or '80.
Same difference. Yeah, I mean, everyone saw it and got freaked out by it.
It's rated R. Like, no, it's PG. Shut up.
Oh my god, a movie I think you would like just because of how weird it is. That has him, Virginia Madsen, Minnie Driver. It's called The Ripple Effect. It's just an unusual spiritual reawakening, and he plays like a priest in it.
Oh boy.
It's got some haunting visions. It's actually pretty interesting. But yeah, Repo Man is pretty underrated. I hated it when it came out, but I came around to it. He's in a noir called Lullaby for Pie. He's
Sing me about my pie.
I want some pie. Not that kind of pie.
P-I-E.
Oh my fucking word. He was evil AF in Street Kings. And yes, The Experiment is great, but My Own Love Song is a road trip movie he did with Renee Zellweger that I always wanted to see.
Wedger.
I'll wedge it in between you. I mean, we were talking about pirates in another chat. He was in a movie with Orlando Bloom playing against type called Zulu, where he's like a South African cop. It was just slow moving, but I just dug how they were all working against type. And it's like, see, it's kind of an unofficial buddy movie. But yeah, Out of the Furnace, he's the cop, he's the chief. He's like, hey, you better not be getting my daughter into anything. You know, Zoe Saldana. He's in The Forgiven, which is about a war criminal.
I'm surprised he wasn't in Identity. That would have been perfect for him.
You know, every other movie would be better if you just put him in it. And
yeah,
you were talking about Dragon Hunters. I always wanted to see it. He was in this other animated movie called Ernest and Celestine.
Never heard.
Which was like a 2D animation. It's got like a bear and like a mouse. See, but so like when he does, he and John Malkovich are just these types. They anything just atypical. It's like it makes totally perfect sense why they're in it. Like even if you were not
John Malkovich,
he should have been in being John Malkovich.
Touch her tit. Touch her tit. Yes.
Touchdown. I just figured out what the hell he's all about. I mean, all these other movies I haven't been able to keep up with. I'm like, see, he's in this other movie called Burden where it's about an orphan raised within the KKK in the town of South Carolina.
Oh my.
And he's the reverend of the black church congregation agreeing to protect Mike.
KKK. Like,
I would hope they would think better than to do shit like that. Oh my god! Now that's like the Chappelle Show skit. I'm blind. And I'm a racist.
Sir, I will not tolerate any negative here.
I mean,
like, really?
You're really gonna go there?
Mm-hmm. It's too funny. It's everything is relevant in this era. It's funny as fuck.
It's so wild.
He was
in Whitaker was in those BMW movies you might have seen with Clive Owen. He was in one of them.
I don't know. I've only seen like out of Clive Owen's filmography, I've seen Children of Men,
Sin City,
and Sin City.
That's it. Fuck the rest. So he's in this boring IFC film called American Gun, which
bang,
is just.
It's about a gun that's an American.
It's a very depressing, movie with Donald Sutherland. Then he's in this movie about Mary Magdalene with Juliette Binoche called Mary. I haven't
Donald
seen it.
Sutherland. That's a good combination there. Shit.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, definitely.
God. He's been in other infamous stuff that he's like the best part. Blown Away is a piece of shit. And he is really good as the officer who saves Jeff Bridges at the very end.
How can you say that movie's a piece of shit?
Because I fucking saw it and it was garbage. It smelled. It stank.
We're gonna come back to that. Rest in peace, Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones.
Nope.
Oh, now I have a new respect for it.
Nope. We are doing a special on Tommy Lee Jones and we are breezing over that fucker. A movie I've always wanted to see by Whitaker where he played the real life jazz musician it's just kind of It was a popular movie when it came out, and I never have seen it on TV, even barely on the movie channels. It's called Bird.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, he played real life jazz musician, saxophone player. Yeah, Charlie Bird Parker in the 30s, and always heard he won the Best Actor award at the Cannes Film Festival in '88.
Wow.
Nominated for Best Actor at the 46 Golden Globes, and Eastwood won the award for Best Director. So there you go.
Huh.
You had to give it to the white guy. What the fuck, Hollywood?
Not surprising. There's a lot of.
I always feel sorry for him when every time I rewatch Platoon, I'm like, oh fuck, he just stepped on the fucking claymore. You know, just stepped on the landmine. He's gonna blow up. He's gonna lose a leg.
Oh, that's a different film.
Platoon.
No, thinking a different one. Not saying it.
You've never seen Platoon.
I've probably seen it.
What
But
the fuck?
when you said explosion and shit, I immediately thought of Apocalypse Now. I'm like, nope, that's Lawrence
There are
Fishburne.
plenty of explosions, but it is not a landmine.
No,
Yeah, Vietnam movies, they're all the fucking same.
I know. They really are.
That's how I am with World War II movies. Fuck those
Oh,
movies.
Harvey Keitel was supposed to play
Martin Sheen's character.
yes.
It wasn't working and they fired him. I would be
Mhm.
fucking pissed. I'd be like, you know what, Coppola? Suck my dick.
I
would've
mean, I
worked it
get
into-
why. I understand. Like, I was part of the.
They should have just given him a different role. Just be like, okay, we don't want you as the lead, but we want you to play one of the other enemy soldiers who gets. He could have been a great Colonel Kurtz.
Yeah, that would have been.
Instead of have to put up with Marlon Brando's shit. Oh, we threw him over here. He's out of shape. He hasn't read the script, and he can't say his lines without a teleprompter. Sounds good.
Like I always find it interesting, and I watched some comp vids where it's like this is what happened in a film, and so got fired by the director. I'm like, okay, why?
I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, never again.
But then you look at it retrospectively, it's like, yeah, it wasn't the right time for him, and then his career skyrocketed after he did something.
I
else.
just think the audition process let a lot of people down because there's so many times where it's like they all auditioned, they were all on tape, and yet it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's the best example of this is SNL. Easily SNL, because you look at all the casting auditions they had back in the 90s, and they passed on so many, and then
all the people they promised a gig and they never got a gig.
I still can't believe they passed on Jim Carrey. That fucking surprises the shit out
It
of
was
me.
on in Living Color, and that wasn't good enough.
I'm like, how the fuck do
In
you
all
pass
fairness,
on?
though, he didn't need these shows. He was bigger than them.
Yeah, that's true. But he got his big break on in Living Color, which
no, absolutely. He owes his career to it because, like, he was working in the movies in the '80s. It didn't pan out, and then he's doing these movies and other TV stuff, and then now he's like, okay, now I'm ready, and it paid off.
Yeah.
But what would you like to see Whitaker play that you haven't yet? Because again, just so many great Showtime and HBO TV movies. He was one of the many who was just like always friendly in every medium. Like he never got caught up in the politics of you're a movie star or you're a TV star. He was going back and forth and then slowly becoming the lead.
He would be good in.
Oh yeah, that one.
I'm really thinking.
I don't know.
Because I've watched and enjoyed so much shit and his depth.
He played himself on a few episodes of Young Rock recently. I haven't ever seen it because I was losing interest in the Rock. I'm like, I can't blame him. I
don't give a fuck about that show at all. Like,
he was in the Roots rehash. He was in this How It Ends Netflix disaster movie, and I didn't think it was as bad as everyone put it out, but he kept the disappointment afloat. He's a good actor. Great actor. He's in the Whitney Houston or Aretha Franklin movie, Respect.
I would honestly love to see him in Avatar. Like, that would be a real good experience for him.
That couldn't hurt. Get that James Cameron money. You worked with Scorsese, Robert Altman.
No, it's not just the money. It's just his talent and how he can go into a character so well. And
he
really
would probably, anytime I see him, he must have it in his contract. He's like, give me a strong role. And because he almost always is like the psychiatrist, the head army guy of the base. He's always the head hunter. If he's an anti-hero, he's always like good at just playing in the gray area. And I mean, Repentance is a good movie about uh uh basically a troubled man who is
lost his
going around.
wife, lost his children, lost
Yeah,
his house, and
he
goes on a
tortures the
rampage.
psychologist and all this other stuff. It's a good movie. Uh, Even in his thankless role in Southpaw, that was great. But like, in The Last Stand, that Schwarzenegger movie, it's okay, it's fun. That was the only time where it just looked like he was added last minute, and it looked like they didn't give him anything to do. But yet, compared to other actors, he didn't fall on his ass or anything. It was just like, what's he doing here? This is kind of beneath him.
I don't know. It's really hard to pick, but like a deep franchise or even a new franchise would be good for him too.
I mean, again, this Epix TV show, I'm definitely going to binge it soon when I hopefully get some time. But like, anytime I see him in something, I'm like, he's a good actor. And any movie he's produced, like, there's this movie Passing with Tessa Thompson, a black woman who's in love with another female who's pretending to be white during the racist 20s, and he produced that. I didn't realize he produced the satire sci-fi movie Sorry to Bother You. That was good.
Never heard.
Lakeith Stanfield, you'd like it. Anything even obscure that I see him by, like, he's apparently been involved helping out Chloe Zhao, the Chinese filmmaker who's a big deal now. So it's like, see, when he helps out, like, you can tell, like, anytime I've seen him speak in interviews, I'm always like blown away. I'm like, of course. I never, if you were to tell me he kicked a man to death, I wouldn't believe you. I'm just like, no, there's no way. This dude, he knows the business.
A sci-fi. He would have been good in Raised by Wolves.
Oh yeah, the Riddle Scott show. Yeah,
I love that. I hate the fact that fucker got canceled. That pissed me off so much. I was like, really?
He would have been good. Yeah.
And like it's just such a great mix with his depth and his approach to a character. Like, I love him in Godfather of Harlem. That's one of the top favorite roles it is.
It is a good show.
It's so good. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker.
It's like you found out about the guys that come after him in American Gangster, but
yeah, like that.
See where he was a badass before Frank Lucas. Here's how he was a badass before.
And I love the whole Bumpy Johnson saga. Like, that's just a great setup and everything.
Lawrence Fishburne played him so well in Hoodlum, but it's like, yeah, no, let's see Whitaker do it. He's the same age range. He can do it. He apparently, you'll love this. Whitaker apparently, he's also vegetarian, studies yoga.
Nice, I do yoga too.
And yeah, he did black belt in Kinpo, but he had joined NBA Africa as a minority owner and strategic investor in 2021. I love that.
Wow.
But he apparently, his ancestry has been traced to the Imo state of Nigeria, where he was made an honorary titled chief in 2009.
No shit.
I wish I was making this up, but like,
that's cool.
I love how he also apparently co-founded the International Institute for Peace at Rutgers University in Newark, New Jersey. And he's a senior research scholar.
Wow.
See, anyone else would be just throwing it into their own personally owned sports team or casino, and he's fucking teaching people about poverty.
That's awesome. It's like
community building, climate change. It's like, see,
yeah, Dolph Lundgren's more qualified to be a science.
Dolph Lundgren is qualified for so many things, and people.
He's more qualified than Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah.
Shaq is such a humanitarian.
Shaq's a nice guy, and yet
like,
people pick on him because of how he talks. It's like
he paid one time. He does this now and then. He'll pay for an entire restaurant's bills after he leaves. He doesn't tell anybody he paid for the bills. but he'll do it after he's left.
After the fact, yes.
Yeah. And people never know until it like surfaces online, and it's like, wow. It's like the best example: Prince versus Charlie Murphy. Nobody believed it. It was just based on Chappelle's Show skit. And then decades later, a photo surfaces of Prince in fucking basketball gear playing Charlie Murphy. I'm like, wow.
You can't be mad. I can't make this up, guys. I can't make it up. Oh, man.
That's too beautiful.
It really is. Chef's fucking kiss.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening. It's a jacked up